It is a very complex and sophisticated marketplace. It's a tremendous organization. If every leader, if they spend a little time, you could be on a high of both equanimity and exuberance. It could do wonders to who you are and the work that you're doing. There is much for the leadership to learn from the natural organization of what's happening in the world, especially soil and the life upon it. It's the most complex operation going on however big your company is, whatever complex operations you may be doing, it's nothing compared to what's happening just beneath your feet in the form of soil. It is a very complex and sophisticated marketplace, 1,000,000 times more complex than any stock market in the world. So leadership has something to learn from nature, particularly from soil and all life around us, because an organism is a tremendous organization. We are trying to build organizations in a linear fashion. We have CEOs. In my understanding, a CEO means a completely engaged organism is a CEO. Instead of that, you become an officer, which is a mistake, if you ask me, because the type of management we are trying to do is like manicuring a garden. If you have a manicured garden, well, it looks nice. Not to my eyes though, but it generally looks nice for people who like everything in control. But if you do not manage or maintain your garden for just 30 days or 60 days or maybe 90 days, well, your garden would have just completely disappeared. Here, we are in this forest. How long it's been there, nobody knows or anybody's guess. Let's say 1,000,000 years. 1,000,000 years it's managed itself, because that is the power of organisms, the cyclical nature of organisms, how it manages itself. Everybody is talking about sustainability. You cannot think of sustainability, you can only perceive sustainability from the way the nature's construct is. And above all, if every leader, people who are managing complex situations in life, if they spend a little time, if not on a daily basis, at least on weekends or on vacations, they spend some time connected to the soil, well, we have already told you, the microbiome vaccae, the bacteria present in various aspects of soil, cow dung, and in many other places. If you're just in touch with it, if your body or if your feet are on the soil, just by inhalation, you can get this microbiome vaccae stimulates a neurobiological response by generating serotonin. That means if you did this in the weekend, during the week, you could be on a high of both equanimity and exuberance. And this is very vital for leaders, because when a leader is in a nasty mood, many people's life will become nasty, and in the end what we create may be a nasty consequence. It's extremely important, people who are in leadership positions, who have the power to determine where other people's lives are going, it's extremely important that they are on a high on life. High not on alcohol, high not on drugs, but high on life itself, because life is the most complex chemistry. If you handle this well by being in touch with the source of life, which here is soil, natural waters, well, it could do wonders to who you are and the work that you're doing and to the world at large. So here I am sitting on a tiny little island which is leaking a bit. No, CEO does not mean you become an island among people. You become an island in the world. Because I keep hearing corporate world, that means you become an island. No, it's not about being an island. Let's give a new description for CEO, completely engaged organism. Or if you like to call yourself an officer, completely engaged officer.
My combat was, why don't you just bring heaven here with you?
I think that's what he's saying.
You're
actually, ironically, you're both on the same page.
That's what I'm saying. So
which is great.
But I am still looking forward to something greater, but I'm also bringing it here. So I feel like religion can do that. And I feel like…
See, I've never said a word, I don't know from where you're getting this, I have never said a word, this is it or that is it. All I'm saying is, instead of simply seeing what I do not know as I do not know, you're making up things in your mind. Now, is it true that major religions on the planet, unfortunately, are on a collision course all the time?
True.
Why? Because I believe one thing, you believe another thing. After all, it's just belief, why don't we change it the way it works? Because belief means you made it up.
I think just the respect of you have your beliefs, I have my beliefs, we could still be on the same planet.
But it's not worked, right?
I mean,
Millions and millions, hundreds of millions of people have died in the last 500 years.
Yes.
Because of my religion versus your religion. Is that a fact?
True.
Yes, and I want you to believe, I want you to know this, that all these people genuinely believed that they're doing the right thing when they killed other people. They believed 100%. Right now, that man who goes and explodes himself somewhere, he believes… See, anybody who stakes his life for something, you can't question his integrity, isn't it? I'm willing to throw my life for something.
I can question it, it depends what you're doing it for.
Yeah, I'm doing it for my God.
Who's different than your God? Do you see what he's saying?
Yeah, but true, but if your God interferes with my life, then…
So what you just described is why they're…
See,
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I
Your beliefs should
want
stay
you to
on this side.
understand, every religion starts off with this. If you worship the false gods, you must… what terrible thing should happen to you? So, that has been the basis, unfortunately. What you think is right is this is absolutism, that you think this is absolute, everything else is not okay. I'm saying, the thing is, the most fundamental thing is, if you're truthful, if you're sincere about your life, what you know, what I do not know, I do not know. If you really look at it, you hardly know anything about anything, that's a fact. And just when you're walking on the street, if you do not know how you walk on the street, if you think you know how you walk on the street, is there a difference? You're a bulldozer when you think you know what… everything. When you don't know, you are a humble, nice, wonderful guy, isn't it so?
Depending on what arena you work in, being the humble, nice guy may not always be the winning tactic. How do you bring that humility into the sales world, into the stock world, or should those worlds cease to exist, Sadhguru?
You're talking to me like I'm living in some Himalayan cave and I've just come out. I want you to understand, I'm running an organization with over 11 million volunteers, with variety of activity across the world, all right? With various active projects which are every day have to be done, and businesses that have to be run, and the people on my hands all the time. So I'm not coming from a cave where I have no responsibilities, I have no nothing, I have nothing to manage, I'm sitting here and talking la-la land to you. Come on.
So I guess what you're saying is these exercises, these practices, this seeking is something that could be layered into the lives of just about anyone.
Please tell me this.
I'll do my best.
It doesn't matter what kind of job you're doing, even if you're a soldier fighting a war, would it help to be very balanced? sane, joyful, and then you will do, even if you have to kill, you'll only do it to the extent you have to, nothing more, nothing less. Right now people are taking pleasure in doing what they're doing, isn't it? Something has to be done sometimes, unfortunately, if the situations force you to do it, but you will do it only to the extent it's necessary. But if you are not in that state, if there is a certain level of angst, there is a certain level of anger and hatred in you, you will do things beyond the limits of what should be done. This has happened all over the world. In the name of nationhood, in the name of religion, in the name of race, in the name of caste, creed, every kind of thing, in gender, every kind of thing. People have done horrendous things. Why? Because they believe this is it, that is it, absolutism. If you see I do not know, you will walk gently.
Absolutism is the devil. Can I say that accurately?
You're getting religious once again.
Absolutism, no good.
The worst.
I have a question. Never taken a sip of alcohol, right?
Huh?
You ever taken a sip of alcohol?
I don't need to because I'm always drunk.
Let's go.
Ever smoke weed?
I'm always told you've not seen my eyes yet.
I know that. So straight edge. But I'm wondering, as a fellow person who's curious about life to the highest degree, or as you would say, seeking, how have you not had the desire to try?
See, you are living in Los Angeles, you think that is where life is.
No, sir, I don't. I'm from Ohio.
Okay. Ohio also, I heard a lot of overdoses last 2 months.
Yeah.
So, see, you're living in a certain society, you think this is the only way to explore. I came up in a place where I made sure I'm not influenced by anything, either whatever the religion around me, the family around me, the community around me, the politics around me, I made sure none of those things influence me. If nothing influences you, I keep telling people, see, I'm absolutely uneducated. They think uneducation means not going to school or college. No, uneducated means you did not pick up any ways of anybody's. You're simply the way the life is. Because your life, everything else is assumed. If you have experienced the nature of life that you are and the source of life which is also throbbing within you, why would you try picking up leaves and weeds, huh?
Aren't you curious?
I know what you know through the weed, I know 1,000,000x over that within myself. So why will I be curious about something like that? Do you play with the teddy bear every day today?
No.
Yes, he does.
Why are you not…
He 100% does. SADHGURU.
Are you not curious how it feels, the child loves it so much?
I went through the phase. I experienced it and
That's
decided…
what, when you were a child it happened, right?
Right.
So I'm saying I grew up when I was 4.5 years old.
Even like the nature of psychedelics and the mind-opening experiences
There
that we
are…
have. That
see,
doesn't-
right now these 11 million volunteers have gathered and nearly 1 billion people are in one way or the other touch with us. See, I'm not selling tickets to heaven. I'm not offering miracles, pulling out gold chains from the sky or something like that. No miracle, no tickets to heaven, no anything. Why do you think they're gathering? Because I'm giving them dope.
You're
No,
selling
listen,
drugs.
listen, no, don't
Real
stop
dope.
it there because it'll be dangerous. I'm giving them dope that no drug dealer can give them. If they close their eyes, they are gone.
I know you're big on semantics.
Huh?
So semantics?
It is not semantic.
Well, you're saying dope, and it's not actually dope. It's not weed. So what is it that you're selling? Like, what is your mission? What's your…
Well, there is a lot of scientific research which says there are millions of cannabis receptors in your brain. You think they're waiting for you to smoke weed?
I don't know.
But they are there, that's a fact. So obviously, the system must have something to provide that possibility within the system. It is not that you have to go and pick something somewhere, it is here, because this is the greatest chemical factory. If you knew how to manage this, you wouldn't be in the back streets. You would make it happen here,
Getting high off life.
huh?
Getting high off life.
Look,
Does the body…
I understand. I'm just saying, like, I'm also a fellow curious person, and I had the thought process that I cannot die on this planet not knowing what a psychedelic does to my brain. I've refused. That's something I wanted to try before I died, and I did. And I'm just wondering, from a fellow person who is seeking, how that doesn't titillate you in some way.
See, the thing is this, right now, we are all sitting in the same place, breathing the same air. Probably we eat similar food. At this moment, what is happening within me, how I am, I will not exchange this for anything in the universe. You give me the world, I will not change it. That's how big it is. If that's happening within you, you won't go pick weed, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I'm lacking. So I'm curious because I'm lacking.
No, if weed or whatever else gave you a little experience, you must understand, weed cannot experience, it's you who experiences. Weed might have stimulated some experience within you. Whether it is stimulated from outside or inside is the only question, right? If it is from outside, it always has a flip side of negativity to it. If it happens from within, when suppose there was… see, people are drinking alcohol. If there was no hangovers, if there was no liver burning up, whatever, they would be drunk all the time. If you could be too fully drunk and fully alert all the time, would you do it? Everybody, I would advise them, drink alcohol, okay? Right now, that's all I'm telling you. There is a way where you can be fully stoned and fully conscious at the same time.
I believe you. You're also much wiser.
You don't have to believe me, you just have to check out my life, how I live.
But I'm saying, surely you are in your early 20s, and I know, like, you grew up in the 60s. So before you had the spiritual enlightenment, there wasn't a part of you that…
Well, he said he aged at 4.
4
So
years old.
So you're saying that us intoxicated, we're at a level of here, but you sober are here, and you're teaching people that, and from your past conversation, you're saying that if you wanted to try it once to tell your body you could be here, that's fine, but if you're going to consistently take it here, that's wrong. You shouldn't be using a substance to get you to happiness.
See, the choice is this. Suppose, let us say, the compound wall of this house is 25 feet tall. You've not seen anything outside of this, you always lived here, it was quite okay. But one day you went on a trampoline and jumped up and you saw there's a whole wide world out there. But for a moment and you came down. You again want to leap? This is addiction. You want to leap, leap, leap and have a little glimpse, little glimpse. So, what we do is, we don't put you on a trampoline because we know you will fall back. We teach you how to build a ladder. Nothing romantic about it, nothing exciting about it, building a ladder. You build a ladder, climb across the wall, the job is done.
What if I told you that acid made there be no wall? What if I told you that acid knocked that wall down into a pile of rubble that you never had to climb a ladder over ever again?
That's not true.
My question is, why build the ladder if you never experienced the trampoline?
See, the thing is, that's what I said. It is not because somebody tasted a drug or somebody has got some teaching, somebody believes in a scripture or in a religion that they're looking. It is intrinsic to human intelligence to be wanting to be something more. That something more, if it finds very physical expression, we call it sexuality. If it finds emotional expression, we call it love. If it finds, mental expression, we call it conquest or shopping or whatever. If it finds conscious expression, we call it yoga. This is not decided by you, this is the nature of life, it wants to be something more. How you choose to see… if you know only money, you're thinking more money. If you know only these kind of experiences, you're thinking of more experiences. If you know love, you're thinking of more love. If you know knowledge, you're thinking of more knowledge. Whatever you know, you're trying to hit the peak with that, right?
How do you know you found the one?
Found the…
How do you know
one,
a
found the
partner,
one, the right
the
partner.
right partner in life?
Oh.
I love that laugh.
Answer is
I want to laugh like that.
one day.
It's amazing. Do you need a beard to laugh like that?
You have to.
You have to have it. You could probably start laughing like that.
I'm
too.
close.
Anyways,
So anyway, this is not United States, nor is it 2020. This is 1990, and this is India, where things don't happen like how it happens here. Yeah, but that's all. I just looked at her, and in 3 days we were married.
So you're saying when you know, you know.
So
So you were rich before.
when I went home, my wife, I said, because everybody thought I'll never marry because that was the contention, because I was living wild, all the time I'm camping in the mountains, here, there, and I have no interest in such things. One day I went and said, I'm marrying this girl. What? Who is she? I knew her pet name, like what she's called, I didn't know her full name. Then they asked, what's the father's name? I said, I don't know. They said, what, you don't know father's name? What's their caste? I said, I don't know. Then you don't know father's name, you don't know what the family is, how will you marry this girl? I said, I intend to marry only the girl, not the father.
But did you know?
I didn't know.
You didn't know.
What?
did you know
Did
she
you
was
know
the
she
one?
was the one?
Absolutely.
You knew.
Was there ever a time in the marriage you were like, man, I picked the wrong one? Like, this girl really's acting up.
We don't do those things.
You're pointing me in
Because we are not… See, I want you to understand this. I know this culture is just built up now. If you're looking how to extract life from somebody, anybody, whatever kind of wonderful person you pick, they will disappoint you. Because you can't pick life, joy or pleasure from somebody else. If you're seeing that your life is an expression of your joy and you're seeing always how to do the best for the other person, it never will happen to you that, oh, did I pick the wrong one? Did I do this? Did I do that? So tomorrow suddenly you think this is the wrong tree and cut it off and put some other tree? It's stupid.
I feel like we look for in our culture, and it's the saying like, find my other half, right? Which in a sense is saying that we're incomplete by ourselves, right? And we're looking for joy in another being. And I think that's really the key, is just finding that if we can have two wholes come together, right? And so we're coming in union and relationship to not extract joy from one another, but to share joy within one another.
And this guy has become wise.
Read your books.
I've read quite a few of your books.
Are we on time?
I mean, I could probably sit here and ask questions all day.
Well, he's probably got places to
I
go.
need some answers.
Have you seen The Matrix?
Which pill would you take?
Which pill did you take? Or did you not take a pill? Have you seen The Matrix? Let's start there.
Matrix?
The movie?
Well, I am the Matrix, huh?
You are the Matrix!
He is selling dope.
So wait,
He's
he's
like
the
Red Bull.
architect. He's the architect. Do you watch movies? Can we humanize
Yes,
you,
I
you
wanna
as
do
the take you
Well,
away from this
there was a-
Gandalf-esque
there was a
wizardry for
time-
a second and humanize you? Do you eat cereal?
What do you eat for
Sadhguru,
breakfast?
please tell me.
Well, I ride a motorcycle, you see.
That's cool.
What kind of motorcycle?
Well, I have a 1600 GT, it's a BMW.
My dad has that motorcycle. He loves it. He loves it. He said he sold a pickup truck that I bought him to buy the motorcycle. He didn't tell me he sold the pickup truck and used the money to buy something else that I didn't give him. So I understand the love for the motorcycle. What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
Today? No, I just had brunch in the morning, not breakfast, because I normally get to eat only one meal a day, so…
What'd you have?
It's an Indian food.
What's your favorite American movie?
Favorite American movie, maybe Roman Holiday.
Roman Holiday?
You've not
I
seen-
nodded my head like I knew, but I had to.
How do you stay cool with so much clothing on?
Because I'm cool.
Okay?
Very
Fair
cool.
enough. Perfect answer.
What's the favorite spot you've been to in the United States?
I don't go by favorites, but in the last few days, what I've ridden through, like the Arch National Park, the Bryce Canyon and the Zion Valley, oh, these are most amazing places as nature goes. Utah, most incredible.
Have you ever had a near-death experience?
All the time,
How many?
huh? Too many to recount. Always, people always said, if there's no danger, Sadhguru cannot exist. So always he's creating dangerous situations for himself.
Me too. I punched a window yesterday. I got 9 stitches in my arm. I found out a Pokemon card was fake.
Do you know about Pokemon?
I've heard, I don't know what that is.
It's a good investment.
It's a good
So
investment.
I think
good
we have
investment.
time. I think we have time for one more question, just due to SADHGURU'S time. Again, I can't just like the privilege that we have here with this platform, with Logan's audience, and the millions and millions of followers and people that will watch this. Is there something that, you know, advice or something that you see in Logan that you think would be most beneficial, that would impact people in the most positive way? I know there are many things.
Well, compared to a lot of people, he's very alive. If he channelizes that well, there are good possibilities. But in the mode that you guys have taken, I don't know whether you guys will channelize now or much later in your lives, because life is a combination of two things: a certain amount of time and certain amount of energy. Time is rolling away. You do something, you don't do something, you're happy, you're unhappy, tick, 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 it's going away for all of us. It doesn't stop for any of us. We cannot say, today I didn't use it, let me roll it back. There's no such thing. Time is just rolling away. So the only thing that we can manage is our energy. Our energies we can manage in such a way, either it is, makes your life very profound. These are two aspects when it comes to life. One thing is to make your experience of life very profound. Another thing is your activity must be impactful. I think you guys are overly focusing on your activity being impactful, not invested on making your life profound. Because right now you think acid will make you profound, smoke will make you profound. Well, it gives you a facade.
I didn't say that. I asked you.
All
I
right.
asked the question.
All right. So I'm saying it doesn't make your life profound. In fact, it makes you frivolous, and it is also possible. I'm telling you, during my time, I'm saying when I was in university, 13 of my friends, over a period of 7-8 years, 13 of my friends died. Some to drugs, overdosing, some riding motorcycles too wild, not knowing where the limit is, trying to ride like somebody else, all right? You can ride to your limit. You can't do what somebody does. Somebody else may be doing something else. You must ride to your limit. You must know where is your limit and you stay on that edge and see how to push that edge. But you don't try to do what somebody else is doing right now. So like this 13 of my friends in 7-8 years' time, about 4 of them to drugs, remaining 9 of them to motorcycles, they lost their lives. They're all wonderful riders, they rode with me for many years. They're all… It's not like in United States, okay? This is like sitting on a microwave, riding in United States. There is nothing, just put it on the cruise and you sit. This is not like that in India. You're riding, an elephant can be on the road, all right? And you need to be super alert and intuitive to ride at a certain speed. These are good guys, very good at what they're doing. But somebody drinks and drives, rides. Somebody thinks he can smoke and then ride, smoke up and then ride, like these kind of things. Or somebody, at any cost he wants to go ahead of somebody, whatever. Essentially, not calibrating your energies right. Those who died, died. Many others, they became accountants, they became lawyers, they became something else. They're all my age now. When I look at them, they're all successful people. They got money, they got wife, they got kids, all this, but no life in them. So this guy has got some life. Let's see how he handles and manages his energy, because time will run anyway, whether you like it or you don't like it. Today gets over, tomorrow happens, tomorrow gets over. It's happening to all of us. So these are the only 2 ingredients you have. I'm an energy. What you make out of your energy is the profoundness of your life and also the impact of your work. Please, all of you, make that happen for yourself. First and foremost thing is life should become profound in your experience. Then how you impact people, you don't have to worry. Whichever way you do it, it'll be for the best. But if you live on the surface and try to impact people, sometimes you will do good things, sometimes you will do terrible things to people, maybe with good intention, because most horrible things on this planet are done with best of intentions, not with bad intention.